You are not listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Uncensored Radio. Joining me in studio, I have the pleasure to welcome back one of the alumni of the WWL. Hasn't been on here in a while, Mr. Bishop Fate, leader of the Dark Amerika. How are you doing, Bishop?
Who is Mr. Bishop Faith? Is the Dark Bishop?
Oh, I'm sorry. The Dark. Welcome to the show. Let's do that again. The Dark Bishop, leader of Dark Amerika. How's it going?
It's going great.
It's good to have you back on here. I was doing some research and looking back and trying to figure out when was the last time I had you on here, and I had to go all the way back to the old Interfed Radio episodes because you were actually on the air before I started Wicked Wars channel for our league. So that goes to show how long you've been in the league. I think you're one of the original people that joined in the league. So again, thank you for being back on the show. We definitely have some stuff to talk about, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Well, let's jump right into it, Mr. Dark Bishop. So just so that everybody knows, and I did the same thing when I had Wolf Tyrant on in our last podcast. If you haven't already heard that one, go check it out. And again, remember, anything that Useless said had nothing to do with me. I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. I know he ruffled a couple feathers there, but don't take anything personal, guys. So, Mr. Dark Bishop, just want to go over some titles you've won here since you've been in the WWL. Because again, some of the wrestlers here in the WWL kind of fly under the radar, so to speak. Some are like more, involved in main storylines. Some are somewhere in the middle. Some are obviously in the bottom. You guys fall somewhere in the middle to the top tier. And in that span, you have been winning some titles here. So just so that everybody knows, you are a former Court of Torment champion. You are a former Girdle of the Berserk champion, former Shattered Bloodlust champion, former Band of Distant Wars tag team champion, and you are a former 3-time Circle of Sanity 6-man champion. So you definitely have some belts under your wing and in your career. So you are no pushover by any stretch of the means. And you also have some other members recently that appeared on the bulletin page. We had Sebastian Fate winning the Infernal Vengeance, and Voodoo Queen Venus won the Court of Torment. Is it safe to say she's like the first female of Dark Amerika? This Voodoo Queen?
Yes.
I kind of got that feeling. She seems like she's kind of wackadoo there. She had an amazing write-up actually in the cycle. For anyone who hasn't read the Trash Talk, definitely get out there and start reading the Trash Talk. Some great write-ups this cycle, and Voodoo Queens was one of those write-ups, along with Son of Man, who actually doesn't really talk much, but he actually, correct me if I'm wrong, he's not really a talker, is he?
No, he's more of our enforcer.
Because he definitely has some stuff to say. So I was a little shocked and pleasantly surprised that some of the things he had to say, as well as Sebastian Fay. So it was good to hear these, Dark Amerika wrestlers starting to speak up and get involved into this feud with the agents that we're definitely going to get into. But before we touch on any of that, Bishop, just for the viewers at home, can you tell us a little bit about your history in the league? Because again, the other podcast we did was on a different channel. This is for your first official one on Wicked Wars Uncensored. So give us a little history and rundown of who you are and, the background of not only Dark Amerika, but its predecessor, which was Legion of Darkness. Legion of Darkness. If you want to go further back than that, you can get into Axis or whatever it is you want. So definitely, the floor is yours, Bishop.
No, we can keep it the WWL stuff. We started off as Legion of Darkness. Actually, it was myself and my older brother. He was Cardinal Sin, and at the time I was Bishop Fate. Mm-hmm. And then later on we added our sister, which was Evil Danger. And then we just moved from there to Dark Amerika. We changed over to Dark Amerika as Cardinal Sin he passed away, and it was a very tough time for us, and we just decided to still stay in the game, but to move on and start, another faction. So that's where Dark Amerika comes in at.
Okay. And it's funny because for me, and this is something I definitely 100% honest to God true, is that Cardinal Sin was like probably one of my favorite. If I had to choose favorite characters and favorite, personalities in the WWL, he was probably like top three, to be honest. It was something about that character, very dark, always engaged in the trash talk and the feuds and angles. He did have a history with Phantom Striker, the returning, which we're gonna get into also later on in this podcast. So it is unfortunate that Cardinal Sin is no longer with the WWL, unfortunately. But it's good to see that his brethren and family are picking up the torch and just carrying on and marching on here in the WWL. We all know this is a very tough league, so any manager that's currently in this league is obviously playing to win. For whatever different reasons, some players, some managers play for titles, some managers play for storylines, some managers play for both. I think you guys are a good mix of both. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the vibe I'm getting from Dark America. You guys do want titles, but you're not afraid to get dirty and get your hands dirty when it comes to trash talk and feuds. So I definitely like where Dark America's direction is going now. And I'm really eager to see what's going to happen moving forward with these, these coming cycles, especially leading up to the pay-per-view we have coming up now. Now, what if you could right now? What is the current roster you have for Dark America? Who are the ones here now? And will there be any changes coming towards Dark America in the future?
Yes, there will definitely be changes. I was not pleased with the way things went the last couple of cycles with my sneak attack. Had the agents attack me, and it was like, well, wait a minute, why do I have these other guys if you can't protect your leader? So yes, I'm going to make changes this cycle.
Nice. And correct me if I'm wrong, these changes involve bringing some of your old school roster members back, correct?
Yes, I made a few phone calls, and these are three individuals that I can count on and I can trust and that I know that will watch my back.
Nice. I mean, that's definitely something you need to have here. And I'll just touch on these returning superstars. Correct me if I'm wrong, and let me know if I have any of these names wrong. But I know Eric Sabatnik is returning. Joshua Ben Olin's returning. You have Luscious Luna Phoenix returning. We also have Samsung Fujiwara returning, and the original one and only Miss Eva Danger. Is that correct?
That is correct. But there's Eva Danger. That is my sister. So she will not be part of Dark America.
Okay. Well, she does have Dark America roots, so I'm gonna put that out there. She might not be a member now, but you never know. Funny how things play out in this league, huh?
Yes.
I'll leave that one alone though. But so it's good to see that you have these returning, I guess I could say alumni wrestlers, coming into Wicked City, and that you're kind of clearing out the closet and getting rid of these people that, like as you say, they're not protecting you. And if you're gonna be in here and you have people protecting you, then that's exactly what they need to do. And speaking of that, we do have the return of one of your biggest nemesis, one of your biggest rivals in the form of Phantom Striker. This was a blockbuster announcement I made on the cover of my last report, letting everybody know that he is indeed coming back. He is coming back with Barbie, and both of those two love to raise some hell. They specifically raised a lot of hell when it came to the dealings that they had with the original Legion of Darkness. So I'm pretty sure that feud is going to carry over now into Dark America. So what are your thoughts on Striker's return? And if you can shed some light on the past feud you did have with Striker and some history, that'd be great as well.
Where do I begin? Striker.
This would be good.
Let me start from the beginning. Let me set the record straight here. As far as our stable goes, with the Legion of Darkness, I had said we started off with myself, my brother, and my sister. Also had my cousin. If you remember, he was Lord Evil Priest.
Yes.
And that's how we formed our stables. There's usually be 4 or 5 managers. We all family. That's how we form our stable. And we usually have about 1 or 2 wrestlers. So, Striker, getting back to him. Striker had a feud with, like I said, my cousin, Lord Evil Priest, and
which
they
was a
had a
great
series.
feud. Great feud, by the way.
Yes, and Striker was a bit of a thorn in our side. Um, he, of course, defeated Lord Evil Priest in that series, and since then we haven't heard from Lord Evil Priest. Striker caused him to leave the league, but it was a good series. I think it went down to the end, didn't it? Like
I,
7 matches.
I
Um,
believe so. I would have to dig in the crates on that one, but I think you're right.
right, because I remember at one time Lord Evil Priest was up. He needed one more victory, and I
Mm-hmm.
think Striker came back and won the last two, and it was very humiliating.
Mm-hmm.
Very humiliating for our stable, and we. It took a long time for us to recover from that. Let me just say that.
I can
And
imagine.
so now,
I remember during that feud, he actually, if I'm not mistaken, one of the wrestlers got electrocuted in a bathtub with holy water. Another one got put on a torture rack. Like Stryker was on some shit back then, huh?
oh, he was. And here's the thing about Striker. This guy loves pain. We
Yes.
did everything we could, not only humiliated him with trash talk, we double teamed him, we triple teamed him, we beat the hell out of him, and he
I kept
still
coming
came
back.
back and he went, what kind of
That's
man is this?
that's a tough son of a bitch right there. That's why I welcomed him back with open arms. Definitely cut from the Wicked City cloth, that's for sure.
And that's why with this feud that we have coming up with the Agents of Endgame, once I found out that possibly Striker was going to join, I knew what a tough son of a you know what he is,
Mhm.
and that's why I had to bring in some outside forces to strengthen my faction.
Nice. Well, that's a smart move on your part. I mean, when you are a leader of a group or any group, you have to make these tough decisions. But in this case, I don't think it's that really tough of a decision to make. Again, you have these people that are supposed to be your like bodyguards and be there for you and make sure that they have your back. And when they don't do that, you got to cut ties with them, regardless of how close they are or how embedded in your stable that they are. So I think this is in my opinion, I think this is a great move for you to be doing, especially when you're getting ready to do battle with the returning striker and of course the Agents of Endgame. You guys have a lot of history as well. It hasn't been as intimate, so to say, as it has been with Striker, but there has been some bad blood between the agents in the past and your faction. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this one's gonna play out now that Striker is back and you guys are gonna be going at it once again. So it should be some exciting times here in the WWO, that's for sure, with Dark America.
Well, once
So
and for all, the goal is not only to win this feud, but most importantly, to get rid of Striker.
indeed. Now, do you guys think with this returning group of gentlemen that you're gonna be able to pull this off?
Of course, without a because I would say history. You cannot look at these just three gentlemen. They're not here as enforcers, as protectors, as bounty hunters. These
Mhm.
guys have also been successful in the league too. That's also why I brought them in. Because we're looking forward not only for tag team titles, 6-man titles,
Nice.
but we're hoping to make Dark America one of the top factions in your league.
Mm. Mm. You heard that, folks? So all you other stables out there, all you other Annihilation Inks and your Stonewall Brothers and your Crypt Keepers, Dark America is coming for that top spot this year. And listen, Bishop, I'm not gonna put anything past Dark America. You guys definitely have the talent pool to get this done, and it's with these returning, gentlemen that you have coming back that I do have history with as well. I would have to agree that you guys can definitely pull that off. So I'm not from this point on. Now that you've made these strategic moves, I'm not putting anything past Dark America. You guys are definitely going to be capable of, whatever it is that you say you want to do. It might not be easy, of course, because of the competition we have here in Wicked City, but it's definitely doable. And I think you have a nice core group of members with these returning people and the ones you're getting rid of. Now, speaking of that, which are the members that you're going to be exiling from Dark America? Who are the ones that you gave the boot to exactly?
Sebastian Faith, gotta go.
Mm.
She's got to go. Son of Man, see ya.
Wow, that's how you clean house, folks. You did one of my moves. You got rid of the Cretans within your own stable, huh?
It was a tough move, even though they did good this cycle. They won titles, but yes, as a leader, I have to think forward. And it's a strategic move on my part.
Absolutely. Well, it's definitely a well thought out move, and I think it's going to pay dividends for you guys moving forward. Now, with that being said, aside from being prominent stable here, what is that? If it is in fact, or is there something else that is the ultimate goal for Dark America? Like, what is the number one thing that you want Dark America to achieve this year in the WWL?
Well, let me just say this, and it goes back to our days when we was Legion of Darkness. We always loved to slide underneath the radar. We never was one of these stables that wanted to be in the limelight. See, our goal was when we started was going to be a small faction, and we was going to take on some of the big top names stables.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we've been sort of flying under the radar. We haven't done much because, to be honest with you, it's been hard to find us competition. It's been hard to find a faction that we can challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been sort of laying low, haven't done much, winning some titles here and there. Well, yeah, we've been under the radar, and a lot of people may say, "Who? Dark America? What? Who are them?" But that's how we like it. But now, with me bringing in more forces, more outside forces, we intend to put our name on the map as one of the top factions in the league.
Nice. Definitely loving this direction. Again, in the past with some of the podcasts we had with Flip, we have, had some, I don't want to say some jokes, but we have thrown some shade towards Dark America. And I think it was because you guys are flying under the radar so much. But now that you're like basically coming out, pounding your chest, like we're Dark America, come fuck with us now. Like now it's like I have a whole nother respect for you guys. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I don't know what Flip's feeling is going to be towards this, but I know from speaking from myself and from my side of the story, I do have nothing but respect for Dark America, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen just because of the moves you made. Again, I think they're going to, they're going to work well for you here in Wicked City because you already know this. Again, I've said it so many times. The competition here is crazy. The WWL has some of the best managers in the entire IWA, not just when it comes to winning titles, when it comes to these storylines and angles and these write-ups. We have some of the best, the cream of the crop here. And to have Dark America be a part of that, I'm very fortunate, and I'm very eager to see, Bishop, how you're going to steer this newly constructed ship that you have here in Wicked City and where it's going to go. So kudos to you for making that decision and doing what needed to be done in order to strengthen your stable. I commend you for that.
It was all part of the master plan.
Sounds like it. I'm glad to be able to see it unfold finally. Now, aside from, go ahead.
Let me just say this real quick. Yeah, a lot of you might be saying, "Oh, Dark America, who are they? They're nothing." Keep on thinking that. Keep on thinking that. You have to remember, I've been in this game a long time. I've seen everything. I've heard everything.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are nothing. Nothing as what I mean by nothing. Yes, you're talented. You win titles, but we're not scared because we've been here a long time, and nothing Nothing scares us. Nothing surprises us.
Mm-mm-mm.
You
Well,
see,
listen,
we're old school. That means
exactly.
we don't wait for someone to feud with us. We don't like you, we let you know about it. And that's what
Mm,
we're going to start doing. We're going to let you know about it. So
nice.
sit back and relax. Don't comment, but we're going to get our point across one way or the other.
Nice. You hear that? You heard that, folks? This is Dark Bishop basically laying the gauntlet down. I'm loving this, loving it. Now listen, you just mentioned all these different groups and what it is you're trying to do. But as far as are there any particular stables or wrestlers that you have your eye on right now?
Well, if you remember, um, back when we was Legion of Darkness, of course, we was engaged in a feud with Annihilation Inc.
Oh yes, I definitely
And
remember
of
that.
course, we went in as a dark horse. Nobody gave us a chance.
Hmm.
But we did knock them off, and we was
You have
heading for a feud uh, with the
Survivor Dynasty.
Dynasty State, yes.
Uh-huh.
And
I
with
take
the
it they're still on
passing,
your radar.
well, we lost some steam because with the passing of, Cardinal,
Hmm.
we sort of lost our way a little bit.
Hmm.
But I'm not saying that because I know they're tied up in a lot of angles and storylines. But we're just saying we're open to feud with anybody.
Mm.
And it's not about, hey, we're not going to tell y'all we're coming. We're just going to do it.
Mm. You hear
The
that?
way I
You,
do
you hear that?
it.
God, if you're listening, God, I think he just issued a challenge. So you never know, And that's one thing I always say here in WWO, which is what I love, is that different stables you can be involved in multiple feuds. So I don't want people to think that you have to just be, have your sights set on one stable and then that's it. No, in Wicked City, again, anything goes, man. You can have multiple feuds. You can have your group going after 2, 3, or 4 stables, or you could just go after all of them. You can have your rogue members that let's say you have your stable feuding with one particular stable, but you might have certain individual members of your stable that are locked in other feuds, and you can always use that and kind of guide your faction into other storylines by doing that. We have had that happen in the past, especially with Creep Keepers. They've done that. They're actually currently doing that now, where they're involved in multiple feuds, and they're pulling it off. So it's definitely something that you guys can entertain now with this reinforced group that you have. And I gotta say, I'm definitely gonna be entertained by the way this whole, Agents versus Dark America feud is about to unfold. Because from what I'm hearing from the impassive Nave, he definitely has some stuff up his sleeve right now. And now that he knows that you're bringing in reinforcements, and now that he has Stryker back on the side, this has the makings to be the feud of the year, if you ask me.
Oh, of course. I agree with you. Now, let me just backtrack a little bit. Now, I had opened the challenge up to any other stables, but we have to take care of business first. And our
Mm-hmm.
first order of business is getting rid of those agents of endgame.
Good
That's
luck.
our focus right there. Yes, and that's why I want my faction. I
Nice.
want them to focus solely right now. Our focus is on Stryker and those damn agents.
Mm.
We're
Mm.
not going to have time for opening up, to other feeds with other stables. But right now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Our
Nice.
focus is on the agents because they're no slouch.
Mm.
They're no slouch at all. Each and every one of those members are dangerous.
Mm.
And I'm not taking them lightly.
Mm. This is gonna be good. Get your popcorn ready, people, because this feud is gonna be a doozy. And again, now that Striker's back, it just makes everything that much more unpredictable. Again, he is a loose cannon. He is a crazy son of a bitch that I won't put anything past. Like you said, you've thrown everything in the kitchen sink at this guy. He keeps getting back up. So this is gonna be a fun feud for sure. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna play out, but just know that, like I said, I've heard from Nate personally that things are about to get crazy. You see, he's already. I like the fact that you guys have been going back and forth now in the trash talk. So it does. The feud is definitely picking up steam, and this is exactly what I was hoping for. Now, before I sign off on this podcast, I did want to get your thoughts on this upcoming interleague pay-per-view that we have. And the reason I'm mentioning this, and again, for those that don't remember, right now we are locked in a it's kind of an external feud with the Living Nightmare League, and we are going to have an inter-league pay-per-view called No One's Safe. This is actually the pay-per-view that's going to follow Wicked City Chaos 2, about I think 2 or 3 cycles after. And I do want to have certain people from. It's not just going to be champions versus champions, which I did touch on a podcast with Brandon, who's the commissioner of the LNL. But it is. I do want it to be champions versus champions, and then I want to have a stacked undercard where we have like some of the best that are not champions. And I definitely want to have the likes of Bishop, Dark Bishop. I want you involved in this to some capacity. So I just want your thoughts on this whole interleague, and what are your thoughts on the fact that Wicked Wars is about to go to war, pardon the pun, with the Living Nightmare League?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's something that myself and my faction will be looking forward to that. But we may not be on the undercard. We may be on the main card because we could be champions at that point. Commissioner champions, sir.
Listen, you're absolutely right. It could definitely play out that way. From here to there, anything's possible. Just I have everybody that's been following the way that the reports and the titles are going. I don't just put the titles up for grabs at the pay-per-views. A lot of times we have title opportunities, like just recently on Turnbuckle Thursday or on Taboo Tuesdays. So you're definitely right when it comes to being able to become a champion prior to that pay-per-view, because we do have quite a few cycles to go before the No One Safe pay-per-view. And if you guys continue on the path that you're going, and with these reinforcements coming in, I don't doubt that you guys, would be capable of getting these titles. Again, I'm not putting anything past Dark America from this point on with these moves you've made. So it would be nice to see. All I know is I'm letting you know right now personally that I have you on the air. I do want you involved. So you, as a leader of Dark America, will be involved in No One's Safe. And to what capacity, I'm not sure yet. We're still working with Brandon on putting the cards together. But just know that while I have you on the air, I am tossing your name into this pay-per-view.
Great.
Definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys can do. And this pay-per-view is going to mean a lot to me because it's one of those things where it might be to a point where I might actually penalize our wrestlers if we lose this thing. So you guys need to, whoever gets picked, you guys got to bring it home for the Wicked Wars, because there will be substantial penalization going on if you guys lose this for us. Because what's going to end up happening is we're going to have a set number of matches. I'm thinking it's going to be anywhere between maybe 15 to 20. And whichever league wins the most matches collectively out of that total number is going to be the winner, or declared the winner of this interleague pay-per-view. So I'm definitely hoping that the people I pick, which again includes yourself, wins your matches. I don't care what you need to do to win these fucking matches. You could break out whatever weapons you need, whatever reinforcements you need, but you guys better win these goddamn matches, because I don't want to have repercussions. But I have a complete faith in you, Bishop, that you're definitely going to get the job done with whoever I put up against you.
I think I can answer the challenge.
Nice. Well, definitely looking forward to seeing if you can. Again, the LNL roster, they have some incredible members over there. Brandon's done a great job of bringing in these amazing, the amazing pool of talent, just like I have here in the Wicked Wars. So any matchup that any of my guys are in is not going to be a walk in the park. That's for sure. It's going to be a harder and fought match, harder and fought win. So definitely try to bring it home. Now, before I sign off, Mr. Dark Bishop, is there anything else you would like to tell the WWL universe?
Yes, just to be aware that Dark America, we have many disciples around, and we have many things going on in this league, which a lot of managers may not know about, but We are associated with other factions, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, me as commissioner, I'm privy to this information in the background, but I'm gonna be completely discreet. I will not mention any of these things going on behind the scenes. But you are absolutely 100% correct. You guys are, intertwined or interwoven with other stables that are, here and there in the WWL. So I think that makes you even more dangerous because not only do you have your stable, but you're also, either loosely affiliated or directly affiliated with members of other stables. So it's kind of like you almost have a fallback, so to speak, of an entirely different group of members if need be. So let's say you're involved in a feud where, it escalates to the point where it's all out war and complete fucking mutiny. You have someone else that you can fall back on if another stable tries to involve somebody else in the mix. So I'm not putting nothing past Dark America, and to have you be the leader and know exactly what you're capable of and how your mind works. It's definitely going to be interesting 2020 here in WWL with regards to Dark America. So Bishop, thank you for joining me on the show. It was a pleasure having you back again. I know it's been such a long time since I've had you on here, but definitely great to have you back on here, letting this the Wicked Wars universe know exactly what's been going on with Dark America. Again, some of your origins, where your future's going, the changes you've made. So I definitely want to thank you for clearing the air and letting everybody else know in the WWL exactly what's going on with your faction. So thank you again. And again, folks, I'm definitely trying to get a lot of other managers on. I'm trying to get the manager of Crypt Keepers on here soon. I'm trying to get AI back on here soon. I'm pretty sure AI is going to have something to say now that you kind of mentioned them on this podcast loosely. But definitely a lot of changes going on, a lot of good things coming down the pipeline for the Wicked Wars, and that includes obviously the new direction of Dark America. So stay tuned, keep an eye out for the DA and for Dark Bishop and all his moves. So until next time, guys, this is the gold motherfucking standard, Melvin Mayhem. I'm here with Dark Bishop, leader of Dark America. Until next time, take care, everyone.